All right, let's hope it works this time. This is the first episode of the attempt at a podcast. There's no name for it at all. Most likely later I'll have like friends here and shit, but none of them have mics yet, and I'm not. I bought mine. I want to use it. Damn it. Let's see. To those who I probably twisted their arm to listen to this. I'm sorry. It's probably like a really awkward conversation with me, but yeah, I don't care. I have some subjects to talk about. You can listen to me ramble and shit. It's probably what I do best, you know. All right. So one of the subjects I want to talk about is the new albums coming out. I'm a big metalhead, and with Tool, Korn, Slipknot, all these new albums coming out. There's a lot of excitement going around in the air, but I don't really like any of them. Slipknot's is boring as shit. I don't like. Fight me on it. Tool, they kind of like. Sounds like they're kind of repeating the same idea of 10,000 Days, where it's a lot softer and more progressive metal, which, that's kind of the direction they were always going with, from the beginning. I mean, Opiate, that one was kind of more like a punk rock vibe. And, it's pretty solid. And after that, you got Undertow, which was pretty good. It kind of was shifting, to, longer songs. The Anima was kind of like a muddier, heavier sound than, Lateralis and 10,000 Days. They completely shifted gears. You knew exactly what the fuck was going on. It's like, goddamn. Slipknot's. No, I'm a pretty big Slipknot guy, most people probably don't like talking about music that much, at least metal music. It's not very popular, at least as much as I'd prefer it would be, but Slipknot's new albums, it kind of sounds meh to me. It isn't really, whenever I depict Slipknot, in my head, they they always just, the first album, Iowa, just came off the best. I know, the vocals, everyone else probably they scream too much. I don't like that. Fuck you, I like it. Yeah, I just, no, I didn't really vibe with it too much. It was kind of two of the songs have, what is it, The We Are Not Your Kind, and, fuck, I forget the other one. Probably Soulwave Firth or some shit. I don't even pay attention to the names. They kind of have the same beat sound, and I don't really like it. Well, that's just me. Apparently it's a masterpiece according to Forbes magazine. Corey Taylor's getting so much publicity, and it's this is the best year for metal music fans that have been waiting for fucking ever. But me, I'm over here just kind of I like the old stuff. The new stuff I can't really relate to too much. It's with the way Slipknot is, it's a really angst driven music. It's aggressive. It's kind of just how it is. First few albums, but then you got they're all 50 or 40, and it's kind of what more do you got to be sad about? You're all fucking rich and shit, and all living nice and comfortable. They get to play shows and play their music all live and all having fun and shit. It's just it's weird to hear them keep writing sad lyrics and stuff, or at least try to. I I said, I didn't really care for the new Slipknot album too much. Tool, they're it's really mellow, and this is just based off the one song. The album ain't out yet. Slipknot's album's out, and I didn't really prefer it too much. But Tool's album, it could be good, but based on the one song I heard, I don't think I'm personally going to enjoy it too much. But, only time could tell. Korn's new album it's got me mixed. The first song they released is alright. What is it called? I forget the name of it. But whatever. The second one I like, Cold, the second release. It's It's nice heavy in the beginning, you know. It's just like I don't even fucking it sounds nice. You know, I feel like I could definitely like it better than the last one. I saw them in concert that year that album came out, and then like Corey came on stage and they just played that song, whatever the song was where they collaborated, and they're all talking. It's like, oh, I was back, bitches. Yeah, Corey's bringing it back, and I'm just like, hey, this is all right. I don't know. uh, let's see what else I got here. Oh yeah, I saw 40 Below Summer in concert, and no one's gonna know who the fuck that is, but they put on a fucking killer show, man. And I got a picture with the guy. I'm not gonna put it up there because I'm not comfortable showing my face on the internet. If this even gets uploaded, I don't even fucking know. But I'd recommend if they ever go to a city near you to go fucking watch them. They put on a good show. And most likely small venue where you're gonna be like mugged when you leave or something. What other? I don't really have any segues either. I just kind of have a list of random shit I wanted to talk about. You know, just kind of ramble on. That was one of them. Was the Tool, Korn, and Slipknot albums that are coming out. Korn's look promising, at least way better than the last one already. I didn't really like their last one. It was too guitar based. I feel like a lot of what makes Korn is like, you know, John Davis, the drums, and Fieldy, you know, just like that percussion funk. You know, that's just like really what I viewed Korn more as. I mean, the guitars added like a layer of like atmospheric, you know, involvement, I guess. I don't know why I'm trying to sound out. I'm retarded, so when I use big words, it's most likely me just trying to, you know, speak to a broader audience. That way I'm not always talking to artists. But yeah, I don't really have any segue, so I'm just gonna jump into this one. Walmart's pulling down all violent video games. I guess like they're like basically like Call of Duties, basically stuff depicting what could be perceived as violence. Like they got guns on the cover, you know, it was like war game. I don't know if like this seems like shit you'd normally cut out if you like. I don't know how to edit. I'm just recording it on Sony Vegas. I have no idea. What is this fucking movie studio? I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing with this thing. I just see that I could record my voice with it, and I'm just gonna fucking roll with it. Yeah, it seems they don't after all the shootings, you know, Walmart isn't a big fan of selling violent video games, and again. Video games are always pointed at. It's like, oh, people are playing violent video games. They want to kill people and stuff. It's like, I have played violent video games for so goddamn long. Believe it or not, I've never shot up a school. I've just never had, you know, the hankering for it. I don't know. I feel like it's more of like a predetermined thing. Well, not really predetermined, but like I feel like it's more of a mental health thing than it is like, oh, this person played a war game. Now they want to kill everyone. But it never gets to be as simple as that. Like people always want to have something to blame instead of like bad parenting or something. It's pretty lame in my opinion, but you know, it happens. Probably have to. We got the gamer gate going again. You know, gamers are oppressed all around. Can never get a break, man. Since video games have started, since they fucking started, we haven't had a break. We never we never been free from this chase with the fucking courts and evil parents trying to take away my video games. You make my fucking Xbox, Mom. I swear to God, I'll shoot up a school. Don't take that. That was a joke. I'm sorry to anyone that offends. I people who know me in person, I probably wouldn't apologize for that. But since it's going on the internet, I have to make it clear that I'm not crazy. Oh yeah, another thing is like playing video games apparently makes you insane, or like it's considered an addiction thing or something like that, or mental illness. Sorry. Which I could understand to an extent, because I know back in middle school, I was like a little fat fuck. I just played Xbox all day with my friends, fucking like 13 hours of just, like, I don't fucking know, whatever was out at the time, you know, Black Ops 2, Destiny, shit like that. and it was just kind of like, I could understand it to an extent as far, well, not a mental illness, an addiction. I'll make that very clear, because I don't think, like, I don't know, if I could get handicap parking out of playing video games, I'll take it, but I don't really see the point calling it a mental illness as much as I'd call it an addiction. If like it's in a severe scenario, like playing video games like every day, I wouldn't consider that necessarily an addiction. Depending, like it's got to be done in moderation. Like if you're doing like the middle school streaks I had, where you wake up at 6 p.m. and play until 3 p.m. the next day and then pass out. You probably need to slow down a little bit, just in my opinion. I'm not a doctor or nothing, but when I was waking up at 6 p.m. and like it was like halfway dark out, and I was just like, I don't know, all my friends' sleeping schedules were all fucked. We were all over the place. um, it seems like a situation that could be better taken care of if like it was just kind of like if the parents talk to the kids. I know that's a wild thing to like say nowadays. Me personally, I was kind of like a little shithead whenever my parents tried to talk to me about it, so it was probably like, I don't know, maybe that was my bad. But new video games coming out. Like I said, I don't have any like fucking smooth transition. This is my first fucking leave me alone. I'm trying. New video games coming out. Now, I'm me personally, I'm kind of an asshole when it comes to video games. I really only like them if I'm having fun, and if I'm not having fun, I shit on them completely, and that pisses off a lot of people that I know. They don't really like the idea of me just being like, oh, I didn't have fun playing it a couple times, so no, you're stupid for liking it. Like, what is it? That Cyberpunk 2099 or 2077, whatever the fuck, Keanu Reeves is in it, and it's getting all this hype behind it. It's supposed to be like, just this awesome, basically how everyone views the new Slipknot album, I guess it would be a good way to describe it, at least in my eyes. It's just like considered to be the best, But to me, it just kind of looked like a normal first-person shooter. I don't know if that's just me. Like, I liked BioShock a lot, That game fucking gave me nightmares. The little girls with the yellow eyes or whatever. It's like, Daddy, yeah. That shit was fucked up. But it was a good game. I remember a while ago, this is like back in middle school story. I jump back and forth. I have autism, it seems. So, it's gonna bounce around a lot, and you guys will have to try to keep up. But I remember when like the sleep schedule I had in middle school, right? It was completely fucked. So, me and my cousin, I like hassled all my fucking family members for like a couple bucks each, and I have a big family. It's like it's part of being Mexican. They just get a shit ton of them. And I basically hassled everyone for a few bucks, It's like, hey, can I borrow $10? Can I borrow like $5 and stuff? And I was able to buy Black Ops 2 and fucking Halo 4 all in the same fucking night. And it was super cool. We went like, this is my first time going Black Friday shopping. I thought I was gonna get fucking stabbed or some shit. And no, it was a good time. I got the 2 games. But I didn't have any internet, so I just play the campaigns over and over and over and over and over again until it just fucking became annoying. Like my cousin came over to play the new Halo 4 game that was out at the time. This was like 2012 or 2013, I don't remember. But came over to play Halo 4, and he was playing the campaign, and we pulled an all-nighter or something. I don't remember. I was basically up until noon, and I was like, all right, I'll just take a quick nap. I set an alarm for 1 and everything. Woke up at fucking 8 p.m. 8 p.m. The sun was like gone. It was like the winter time, Black Friday. So the sun was fucking gone. I only got my cousin still playing it and shit, and I'm like, it was like probably a school night or some shit. I don't know. Black Friday normally takes place. I don't know. None of the story really matches up in my head anymore. He probably just had to go home. But I woke up basically when he was about to leave, and he's like, yeah, I beat the campaign on Legendary or whatever. I woke up, got to see like that glimpse of fucking Master Chief's eyes or whatever. He's like all scarred up and like shaved and stuff, kind of like just Looked like the fucking Mass Effect guy or some shit. I don't know. And I was just like, sweet, I don't have to do it, but he did it on his profile, so I didn't get any achievements or nothing. But yeah, those were a good time. That's what I kind of miss about being younger. They have like the idea of like playing games locally is something like a feeling, an energy that can't be matched. Cause like me and my friends today still we like playing that Gang Beasts and stick fight and shit. And just like invite them all over, plug it in the computer and playing it and shit. That's a whole different energy than like joining a party. Yeah, we're Xbox people. I know that's like blasphemy to some, but we like joining up for a game of like on Call of Duty and stuff. It isn't the same through the fucking internet. I feel like it was just a lot more involved. Sorry, a lot more involved when it's all local. It's nice energy to have. You can scream in their face, yell at them, joke with them, whatever, and it just feels good. It's a good feeling. I like that. I remember one time though, I was being a little shithead. This is like probably a while ago. I was like, we were playing Super Mario Party, like 5 or 6 or 7. I don't. It was on GameCube. We were all playing and stuff, and like someone was about to win, so they went to go get the star. Like this is what they were about to win, and you know how it gives you the option to accept it or not. Well, I just I swipe at their thumbstick and make them deselect, like didn't select it. Like they said, like no, I don't want the fucking star, and it created some tension in the room, but I won. Well, I would have. Someone. I'll leave all this anonymous in case I ever invite them on the show, so they don't get like mad at me. I don't paint a bad depiction of anyone. You don't know who any of these fucking people are, bitches. It created some tension in the room. So when I was fucking goofing around, I went toward the star. I was like right behind them or something, but I was like just about to grab it, just about to press that big ass green button to win. This was gonna be my chance. I suck at that game, by the way. Like, there's a reason that like I fucking cheated. It was just getting too heated for for me in my head. I kind of a dick, but yeah. So that created a little bit of a situation. So one of the people in the room turned off the GameCube before anything could escalate any further. So everyone left. But that you can't get that. You can't get that satisfying feeling of cheating through the internet. It's like how would I have someone not like me for a solid hour or two through the internet? You can't just cheat through the internet. You can't unless you get like fucking DDoS them or something. I don't even know what any of that shit is, to be honest. It's all like Lizard Squad shit to me. I don't know what the fuck that is. But yeah, that was a cool story. I guess. I don't know. It didn't really have a punchline. It was kind of just me being an asshole. Oh. Try to think of oh yeah, I don't unknown fact about me. I do use that Tinder app. It's just kind of like just something extra to swipe through, kind of like something like a meme app. Just kind of like look through. And I'm not the most attractive guy myself, but I like to think I could do better than some of the people on there. And you see some like goblins, some fucking goblins, or like some people with really high standards, but they have fucking children and stuff. It's like, oh, you got to be 6'4", 24-inch cock and stuff, and you have to love my baby. It's just like, what the fuck? First of all, I don't even know you. I know your name. That's all I fucking know. I don't know. This is a whole different breed of people out there. Me personally, just like, hey man, if you you match with me, I'll try my best to make you laugh. But it's all fun and games. It's all a good time. Yeah, I don't really have anything to build. It's not like I have any wacky date stories from Tinder because like all the people they just kind of freak me out. It's like I'm pretty socially inept guy. I try my best with what I got, but I don't know how to talk to people. So when I have when I go onto the app and see who I matched up with, I'm just like, oh, it's like the only attractive ones are like 1,000 miles away. And this sounds really objective, but really that whole app is, wouldn't it? You just kind of like select from pictures. It's like, oh man, you look pregnant. I'm good. Oh. Shit. Yeah, that kind of brings that's a semi segue to like modern day cringe, I guess. You know, it's like, I don't like one thing I noticed on Tinder as well is like some girls will take pictures of themselves crying. You know, like mascara just shit like melting all down their face and shit, and it's like, I can't think of a more horrid depiction of a person. Like I get like it's like, oh, I'm a hot mess. Look at me and shit. It's just like there is nothing more attention whory than fucking taking a picture of yourself crying with mascara down your face. Jesus Christ. It's just like when I look at them, it's like, ugh. It's like people. I don't understand like the mindset behind that. I have cringy moments myself, and I'm not gonna claim to be a saint. But when I see people take pictures of themselves crying, it just seems like they're kind of tripping. They're sticking a bike in their own sticking a stick in their own spokes of their bike. You know. It's just kind of something that I recently ranted about, even to some friends of mine. I'm just like, dude, I fucking hate it. Every time I look at it, it's just like, oh, man, so many fucking problems and shit. It's like, dude, I don't care. God, there's some other good cringy things. I don't get this weird hairstyle with the bangs on females today. It's like, this sounds judgmental, but I'll get to the guys in a minute. But right now it's just the girls, because I've been using Tinder for a little bit, and I feel like I got to get some shit off my chest. I don't like the bangs haircuts. I feel like very few, very, very few can pull it off, and like most of the time it just kind of looks like, you know, lazy, boring. It's generic. You know, it's just like I just wear like ugly ass clothes and have bangs and shit, and it's like, this would work. And yeah, I don't really get I don't know what the big thing with tattoos is. Like, I mean, I have a problem with tattoos themselves. You know, people can have tattoos. I don't give a shit. Get a giant dick tattooed on your face. I don't really give a shit. Well, maybe not on your face. It'd be hard to get a job. But I hate when they just got them all over. Because I can't even escape it in the porn industry, you know, because I saw this crazy ass video. They have like, they're fully tattooed, like their skin is gray, and it's just disturbing. It's like, what'd you get out of that? You know, there's no artwork there. It's just like like painting yourself for life. I just don't grasp the concept of something like that. I can understand like some arm tattoos, a back tattoo, like basically just anything but that, like the hands and face. Is like, because basically everything else could be covered up. I'm basically just looking out for people here. All right, if you want like some potential job, don't get face tattoos. The lip tattoos don't make sense to me either. I guess they're like temporary, from my knowledge. Someone told me that. I don't. It could be fucking false. I'm probably retarded, but whenever I see the lip tattoos, it kind of just always gives me a trashy vibe. You know, just like look under their lip. It's just like, oh, like scum slut or some weird shit like that. It's just like, this kind of gross, man. I don't know. Piercings, it just depends on what person they're on, you know. Alright, now to get to the dudes, because it's gonna sound like I'm sexist or an incel or some shit unless I start talking about some dude shit. I don't like that weird ass haircut where it's all buzzed on the sides, right? It's all sharp or short, and then it's like fucking long and fucking poofy and shit on the top. It looks retarded. I don't understand the concept of it. And like all it does is just sit loose at the top of their head. It's like, I cannot imagine as a guy spending like half an hour brushing my hair or some shit. Like, I understand like I rock the James Bond or some shit. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but I don't understand the concept of having all that loose shit at the top of your head. That's just, I had long hair back in middle school, and it touched my back. Like, I had real long hair, and I hated every fucking second of it. I didn't brush it, nothing. It was just a curly mess. Fucking like Jufro back in freshman year or some shit. It was just long as fuck. So when I just see that loose shit at the top of people's heads, it's like, oh god. I just want to do that, what's that scene from The Grinch where he takes the fucking clippers and goes right down the middle? You know, he just like gives him the inverted mohawk or whatever. I just want to do that with all those. And the weird like khaki pants or whatever, where it's like got the sweats scrunchy thing at the feet. It just looks, you know, it looks fucking retarded. What else is there? I guess I'm annoyed with guys that collect shoes. It's like, I remember back in like elementary school, the stereotype was just like, oh, it's like girls need 1,000 pairs of shoes, but it seems like guys have like taken on this whole persona of needing 1,000 pairs of shoes. So me personally, I'll wear. I have 2 pair. You know, one for work, one for casual, or eventually like they just kind of mend into work and casual. But most of the time, I try to keep them separate. You know, it's just like common knowledge. But like the people that are like afraid to get them dirty and shit, you know, they're afraid to get them wet. They don't want to. It just seems like you've removed the idea of what shoes are made for. And it's like oh, I need to spend 400 on shoes. And it's like I'm called a broke ass if I don't want to spend 500, 400, 600, whatever. Just anything above 100 to me just seems out of whack unless they're like work boots. I think the most I've ever spent on shoes is like $80, and it was like some Adidas Superstars, and they looked alright. I liked them. They're like black on or white on black shoes, leather or pleather. I don't know what the fuck they're made out of, but yeah, I don't really understand the concept of super fancy ass shoes. They never look good either. Or Supreme, that's a good one. That's a good subject. None of this is even on my list. I've actually just gone off on my own autistic rant tangent. Just I'm trying to think of some shit. The Supreme stuff, I don't understand the concept of that. Buying expensive things for the sake of buying expensive things never made sense to me. It's like, me personally, it's like I've never had a lot of money, but even when I did feel like I had a decent amount of money, I never went out of my way to buy expensive shit for the sake of it just being expensive. That doesn't make any sense to me. And that isn't even like, I don't even think that's the perspective of a broke ass. That's like a common sense man. I suppose if you have so much disposable income that like buying normal shit just doesn't work, or like I still don't understand that. This is like, as a baseball player, I couldn't imagine like fucking having like closets of like Supreme and fucking Nikes and shit. It'd just be boring. Me as a gamer, you know, I'd probably just buy the most pristine fucking gaming shit I could possibly buy. The most expensive mouse, the most expensive microphone, the most expensive fucking keyboard. You know, it's like gamers, they have their own form of like this is the coming back to the addiction thing. It's like if I had $1 million to spend it all on gaming shit. Yeah, I don't understand the concept of the Supreme shop. I don't even think there's any near me. I don't know. I think the closest thing near me is a fucking Dollar General and a McDonald's, so it gives you an idea of what I live like. You know, I think the whole concept of Supreme or just overly expensive clothes is it's dumb. You know? And like, yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of stumbling over my own shit now because I just kind of like fired myself up. I'll probably have to cut this out. I don't know how this works. I'm probably gonna have to figure out how to like edit before I upload this, to be honest, because there's a lot of me just rambling with my own brain. Like right now, this is all just talking to myself in a piece of paper that just says shit to say. So I'm trying to figure out how to do the proper. Jackass news. You know, you ever heard of Bam Margera or Jackass themselves? You know, I feel like the internet level of wholesomeness. You know how you always have like people helping the homeless, like dog videos, cat videos. You know, you got like the stereotypical just wholesome videos. I feel like the Jackass guys is like Instagrams and like Twitters and shit are the most wholesome shit you can find. Like Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O. I follow them both on Instagram. Fucking shit. Alright, so like Steve-O will post, he was talking about it, I think it was his rap career at the time. He's like, I don't know if you've heard his rap music, it's pretty fucking bad. He's like, yeah, Steve-O Grand Prix CP. You know, he's just kind of like rough to hear, you know, and sounds like it was a rough time in his life, like he was like super fucked up on drugs. But you know, Steve-O's like cleaned himself up. I'd recommend checking out his channel. This isn't like sponsored or anything. I just like, I like recommending things to people that I enjoy. But yeah, Steve-O's channel is just really fucking wholesome to like watch and shit because he's just so at peace with life. He likes doing the crazy ass stunts. He's like completely dead sober now and stuff. Yeah, he was like he like posted on Instagram about his like rap career, like people basically asking people to check out the new video he uploaded, and Johnny Knoxville was like, "It's not that just us didn't like the rap career, it's that no one did." And then someone responded with, "It's like that's not true. Steve-O best rapper 2019." And then like Johnny Knoxville actually responded to that person, and like they just like each other's like posts all the time and stuff. It's just wholesome as fuck. Like you got Chris Pontius, Steve-O. It's like Johnny Knoxville. It's just wholesome. I like looking at it. But then you have like the oddball guy right now is Bam Margera. Bam basically is like, I think he's like making his own language right now. He like got tested alcohol free and drug free by Dr. Phil, so he got Dr. Phil tattooed on his neck. I don't know what what his mindset is. I feel like he at first, like like it seemed like everyone was kind of broken up over the Ryan Dunn death. Like people were pretty broken up about it. That jackass guy Steve-O didn't handle it well, from what I heard. Bam Margera and stuff. But Steve-O, I mean, like it seems like he cares about it, but he's like moved on. I feel like this is like well exceeding the Ryan Dunn thing, what Bam's doing, because he's like fucking he's something else right now. It's sad to hear. And I kind of just completely flipped the fucking mood. I intend for this podcast to be mainly funny, but it's kind of hard for me to do that when I'm trying to do an introduction episode, So take it easy on me. I'll change it. Disney remakes. I don't really like them. I feel like it takes away a lot of the emotion that I enjoyed as a kid. I loved the fucking Lion King. Like everyone loves that goddamn movie. Like the originals. I'm talking about the originals right now. Like Mulan, I loved the fucking movie, man. That was probably one of my favorite Disney movies. Like it is really fucking good as a kid. It's like just seeing that like kind of like energy. The songs were all good and stuff. I never really got into Aladdin too much, so I didn't really care that they remade it. Although I'm not gonna I haven't watched any of the remakes, so I guess it's unfair for me to judge it. But I feel like watching the originals and then trying to watch a remake live action, I just feel like it wouldn't do the animated any justice. Plus, from what I heard, like damn near the only people that really like it are like just kind of the people that didn't really. I don't know. Maybe they just wanted it. I don't fucking know. I trail off too much. I don't really pay attention to what comes out anymore as far as movies. I don't really like the Disney remakes too much. The idea of them. They're remaking Mulan, and I hear that they're taking out fucking my boy Mushu. The little red dragon, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, I understand they're trying to make it live action. It probably cost. I don't know. I feel like they probably couldn't animate him without making him look fucking freaky. Like, they just saw how it worked with Will Smith, and they're like, nah, man, we gotta get rid of what we need, like, what's gonna be CGI. But, yeah, it's kind of lame. I feel like I'm kind of rolling through these topics a lot faster than I should. I'm up to a half hour, which I'm surprised I was able to talk to myself this long. This is a world record for me. Fucking Marvel movies. That's a good one. I can ramble about that one for a while. I fucking love the Infinity Saga Gauntlet, whatever. Like Iron Man Up or whatever it was. To like the Endgame. I grew up watching these movies, man. Like I was like 8 years old when like the first Iron Man came out. It fucking blew my mind. I was just like, holy shit. Like, well, as a kid, like, I watched the Spider-Man movies, the Sam Raimi trilogy. Everyone calls it the Holy Trilogy and stuff like that. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I remembered enjoying it as a kid, so I'm going to leave it at that. And, what was it? The Bryan Singer X-Men movies. I watched those. I liked the first two. The third one's it's weird. But, yeah, the first two were good. But, yeah, then, like, I remember Iron Man came out, then, like, Hulk came out, and then someone told me, like, when I was a little kid, it's like, yeah, they're planning on making an Avengers movie. I was like, well, alright, that doesn't sound real. And then, like, Thor, I think, came out after. No, Iron Man 2, then Thor, or Captain America. Shit, I'm all out of order. Fucking, alright, Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Thor, and then like it all just started like coming together. It was like, holy shit, this is really coming out. I remember when that movie came out, I tried to watch it, right? The newest event, the very first Avengers movie. I tried to go to the movie theaters to fucking watch it. I go there, the fucking line's stretching out to the parking lot, and I was just wanting to say, man, I don't want to wait in this line to find out if I can watch this movie. And I go there a week later, and the line's still like that. And as a kid, this was heartbreaking. I wanted to watch superheroes on the big screen, and I mean, like, it was easy to avoid spoilers back then, because, like, I didn't have a phone or nothing, or the internet, so it was kind of like, oh, it's like, alright, cool. Just, like, not listen to little kids try to explain to me shit. But then I finally got to see it on a burnt DVD. And it was recorded in the movie theater, and it looked super shitty, and they laughed over all the jokes and stuff. So, like, I basically got this really shitty copy where it's laughing over all the funny parts, and I never got to enjoy it. But then, one day, I finally was able to watch the Avengers movie. It fucking blew my mind. I had so much fun watching that movie. It was such a good idea and stuff like that. But then, like, after that, I didn't really know where it was going to go. You know, I was a little kid. I didn't really have any ideas or ambitions. And then, like, Age of Ultron was on the forecast, and I was fucking hyped for that, man. Because, like, the idea, like, the commercialing, or, I don't know, commercialing? The commercials for it were fucking badass. Like, you just got fucking, like, Ultron sounding menacing as shit and stuff. And in the movie, they're all just kind of, like, making the same jokes. It's kind of boring. Like, it's, like, a bunch of shit happening, but nothing's fucking happening. Same with, like, Civil War was kind of boring, too. It feels like they, like, started off, like, I like the idea when, like, Marvel was smaller. You know, like, I don't like that they're, like, all bought out by Disney now. Like, Disney owns, like, all the nerd properties. Like, they own, like, Star Wars, fucking, they own all the sports. They own basically all the fucking fandom. They got a monopoly on this shit. They got fucking superheroes out the ass. You know, they got all the Marvel shit. Then they got all the Star Wars shit. Then they got ESPN. They got, well, they just bought X-Men, like, the rights to X-Men not too long ago. So they just got all this shit, and it's like as a nerd, you know, this is like fucking dream. But me, I'm done after the end game. I dedicated too much of my life to these goddamn Marvel movies, and it's just like I feel like it wouldn't be the same without Robert Downey Jr. I know maybe that's just me. Like you know, they just come a long way. And it's kind of nice to watch it like grow and develop into this really generic, boring, pandering, fucking bullshit. Like Endgame was alright, but it wasn't like it was satisfying seeing Captain America, you know, hold the fucking Mjolnir and shit like that. That was fun. You know, like I got so hype in the movie theater. I felt like a kid again. But like the resolution altogether just felt like it was kind of, I don't know, it's like, oh, this movie has to be 3 hours long, but it felt like there's so much goddamn filler in that movie. Infinity War was great. You know, it just filled you with dread. I remember I got to watch that one for free because my buddy, he worked at the movie theater. He got, like, free tickets. So we got to go watch it. It was, like, fucking, his girlfriend was, like, fucking bawling her eyes out and shit. And I was just like, this is whatever. I don't care if Gamora dies and shit. And then, like, fucking Spider-Man goes out. And I'm like, whatever, fuck this. And, I remember I was doing, like, a really high-pitched, like, fucking redneck impression when we were leaving. Man, I don't give a fuck about Thanos. You think he can kick my ass? I'll beat his ass with a hammer. Oh, shit. I realize this is probably more entertaining for me than anyone that would listen. But, you know, fuck it. I like it. But, yeah, I feel like Marvel's kind of gone into, like, pretty boring direction. Like, I feel like in the beginning, like Iron Man, Hulk, you know, maybe not Hulk so much. No one really liked the Incredible Hulk. I remember the original Hulk, the one before the Incredible. I'm not talking about the TV show with like Lou Ferrigno, but who did it have? I forget his fucking name. But like the first Hulk, it looked so goddamn bad. And like, I think it's like 3 hours long, almost like 2.5 hours. It was all right, but like, god damn, the CGI was atrocious. And he just kept getting bigger, it seemed. He never had, like, a set size. Like, sometimes he'd be tall as a fucking tree, but sometimes he'd be, like, just bigger than a person, it seemed, in that movie. And, like, the boss battle is like, his dad or his inner demons or some shit. He's, like, fighting this dude that can turn into rocks. And then he's just like, you want my power, take it all, and he just screams real loud, a bunch of green comes out, and then, like, the movie just kind of fucking ends there or something. I don't know, that movie was whack. I didn't really like it. It just felt like a lot of the animation and stuff, not animation, but like the fucking like cuts and stuff. It just felt uncomfortable. It was an uncomfortable movie to watch. Um, Incredible Hulk. I remember I liked it as a kid, but I hear it's not good, so I'm not gonna rewatch it. I might. I don't fucking know. But I remember having fun watching that one as a kid, just like the fucking Hulk versus Abomination. And Abomination looked fucking ugly though. He was like a fucking microwave scrotum. He was ugly as shit. He had bones and spines sticking out of him. I remember there's one part where fucking Hulk bends his spinal cord or something like that, and it was just rough to look at. But yeah, that movie was fun. Iron Man. I remember I woke up for school that day, fucking hype. Well, I didn't know it was fucking there. My mom went out and bought it at like midnight when they first got it because it was supposed to come to the stores that day. And like I woke up for school and they're like, "Hey, look in the room." And there's a case and it's like in the TV, and it's like back in the day when they had DVDs in the TVs. And Iron Man's menu was playing. And I'm like, I don't even want to go to school. I want to watch Iron Man. That's the most fucking cock-teased thing you could do to your kid is buy them the exact thing they want. And then send them off to school so they can anticipate all goddamn day at school that they fucking can watch this movie. And it was fucking, yeah. Ah, fucking Fantastic Four movies. No, those were something. I remember as a kid liking those ones too. That's all I really have to say about that. They're fucking horrendous. Alright, so you had like Styrofoam Thing. I don't know, like he just felt like he was made of styrofoam, like all that fucking rock shit. And then the Silver Surfer, who was a great contrast because he just looked like fucking silly putty. And like, I remember being so fucking hype when he absorbed all their powers and probably absorbed some herpes from what's her fucking name? Invisible Woman. I think she got it from like Derek Jeter or some shit. Yeah. Fuck, now I can't remember her name. Man, 40 minutes. That was a bit of a ramble for a while. I'll just talk about some underrated movies. I'd recommend the Chips movie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that one. I don't know why I'm saying it like I have general audience. It's just random people that speckle in and out. They probably didn't even make it this far. But yeah, the Chips movie is pretty goddamn solid. It's like a remake, reboot, whatever the fuck you call it. But you know, despite any stigmas that you get from that, on its own, as a movie, like, it just kind of, like, borrowed the name, it seems. Like, they have, like, cameo from, Ponch, the guy that played Ponch. But goddamn, that movie was fucking funny. There's, like, a scene where he gets hit in the face with, like, his partner's dick and stuff. It's just fucking funny. I'd recommend it 100%. The Crank movie. You ever see the movie Crank as Jason Statham? Yeah, I think it's kind of underrated. I don't know, it's probably very fucking popular, and I arrived late, but it is so goddamn over the top. It is like if you took the most intense missions of Grand Theft Auto and fucking fast forwarded them, because he's just like, he is like fucking public sex and shit, and then like, I don't know. Jason Statham's quite the figure though. He sounds like Captain Price and shit. He's bald. He's kind of like a modern day Bruce Willis, like a younger Bruce Willis. I don't know how much younger he is. Probably only like 10 years. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of running out of I kind of rolled through everything, to be honest. Funny, yeah. Freddy Got Fingered's a good movie. Recommend that one. Goddamn, no one ever wants to watch that movie, Freddy Got Fingered. It's got Tom Green. It's got fucking Rip Torn. It is a funny ass movie. It's got Shaquille O'Neal as a fucking cameo. He's like fucking Tom Green's mom in the movie. Or like they were. He's just like, you want nipples pierced and shit? He's like, what would I do it like that? Goddamn. Yeah, I don't really know what to say here. I don't know. I don't really know how to end these. Like I said, this is basically just me rambling for 40 minutes. This will probably be longer once I get people involved. Then I'll have something to build off. But right now it's just a list. So you know what? You have to be fucking happy with it. Alright, I finally put out the podcast. I said I was going to do it. I said I was going to do it to the people that I promised I was going to do. I fucking did it. Alright? I don't know what I'm going to put on the screen. It might be just like plain black or some shit. Or it might have like some lettering. I'm not really sure what I want to do with that. Probably just still picture. Because I don't know how to fucking edit for shit. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tried my best. I don't know. It just seemed like a fun idea, you know. It's like, it doesn't have to do anything special. You just gotta ramble, you know. That's all it is. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Bye.